but to understand why capitalism as an economic system can't be reformed and must be eradicated root and branch. Class consciousness means understanding due to special oppressions, especially national oppression, that we aren't all equal, as Comrade Larry Holmes pointed out yesterday. And Sam would be the first. Can't you just see him going down to Occupy Wall Street, this little man, trying to encourage these youth in motion to reach out in a genuine way to Black, brown, Arab, indigenous, and Asian youth who face daily racist economic and political repression. And I just want to point it out that it was Comrade Vinnie in one of his last conferences who pointed out this fact in such popular agitational way when he said, the more Black we become, the more brown we become, the more red we become. Yeah. And that's more relevant today than ever. And while some of the Occupy Wall Street activists were out on the streets with us trying to save the life of our dear brother Troy Davis, the struggle has to be taken to another level. These youth have to understand the need to generalize the struggle, to not just trying to save the life of Troy Davis, we know about the innocence connected to his case, or even Mumia, or other political prisoners, but they have to struggle to end the entire racist death penalty for all people, not just the individuals, but that will come. Sam would be heartened to know that the Occupy Wall Street has created openings for some of the most revolutionary class-conscious forces, especially among the Black trade unionists, like in the Transit Workers Union Local 100, as Charles Jenkins pointed out in his remarks last night, or the Haitian movement, to raising their demands in an effort to building anti-capitalist alliances. And Sam viewed the national liberation struggles, especially for self-determination, as being central to the anti-capitalist, pro-socialist perspective. And he would have agreed with the recent statement sent to our conference by our comrades in the Black Workers League that's based in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And I want to read a portion of this statement. So please bear with me, because I think it's really important. And they say, the Occupy Wall Street actions are helping to promote a popular anti-capitalist sentiment by targeting the capitalist financial centers and connecting the crisis facing the working class in our daily lives to the rule of the capitalist class and capitalist system, offers an important opportunity to develop deep layers of mass anti-capitalist and socialist consciousness. For this to happen, the working class and the oppressed peoples must help spread, deepen, and transform the popular and political character and main class base of this occupation movement. The 36,000 TWU Local 100 members are more than 80% workers of color, whose families and communities are the most impacted by the unemployment, attacks on public education, immigrant rights, budget cuts, and homelessness. And they end by saying this: the Workers' World Party is a very important component in helping to shape a revolutionary process and direction for social revolution in the U.S. and the world over. That's from the Black Workers League. So, comrades and friends, in closing, Sam Marcy not only talked the talk, but he walked the walk. He believed in taking bold initiatives, even when the movement, and even some of us, maybe weren't ready for them, or even when it may have been premature. But Sam believed that when it came to the struggle, sometimes you just can't play it safe. And this is not to mistaken it to adventurism or anything like that. Because even if it turns out not to be as successful as you wanted it to be, then how can you learn from your mistakes unless you try? And I just wanted to point out in 1992, a movement for a People's Assembly was an attempt by the party to unite as many labor, community, and anti-imperialist struggles as possible under a broad anti-capitalist alliance. It did not come to fruition for objective and subjective reasons, but a global crisis has helped to put this back on the table, as we are attempting on November 5th in the South Bronx, the counter G20 People's Assembly. And of course, the G20 is being held in France by the global bankers and their capitalist politicians and puppets. I think that Comrade Sam would agree that the time is now to try our own People's Assembly in the spirit of Tahrir Square, Tunisia, Spain, and Greece. The time is now to do everything we can to support the Occupy Wall Street with all of its imperfections. The time is now to put aside any political differences with other forces to build a socialist front of unity. The time is now to prepare to meet the challenges before us in new, bold ways. The time is now to anticipate, like Sam Marcy, dare to struggle, dare to win, build a workers' world.